All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm like how Bashem, I'm shy Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle of this great millstone, peace, salutation to the elect. Um, so the title of this is going to be you women are guests, special guests in our kingdom. The word means domicile of kings or abode of kings. So, you know, don't get comfortable, don't get, you know, don't get proud. Because basically, I'm laying backing off the video I did yesterday concerning the no 911 and all that. Basically, land backing on that or building upon that concept because I had to expound upon a little bit more because as we look at that word kingdom, okay, it goes into the domicile of kings, right? So the next world, the hereafter, and the next world going to be a kingdom ruled by Israelite men, you know, and the women are basically guests in our kingdom. You know what I mean? Because the Lord said, Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1, I saw a new heaven, new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I saw John, the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice saying out of heaven, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. Right. So the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. Right. That's where the Lord is dwelling. The Lord is dwelling with men. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be for the Israelite man. Which that's what the word kingdom means. Which the elder Bishop Tyler Dakba has said that years ago. I remember watching him bring that out many moons ago. But yeah, the women are special guests in our kingdom. We need them, of course, but at the end of the day, they're gonna come as your plus one to the ball. They're your plus one. So in this kingdom, they usurped your authority. They've taken higher rank than you, but in our kingdom, they're gonna be special guests, man. So look at the word for treasure, because the Lord said, "Thou art my peculiar treasure," right? Well, he was talking about the Israelite man. I'll make a man more precious than fine gold. Isaiah 13:12. All right. The Lord said, Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. And in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be towards thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So your desire should be towards thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Like I said, I want to expound on, what I touched on earlier. Because when 911, all that stuff is gone, and all the luxuries and the protections, the women going to seek the kingdom. They're going to seek the men of Israel, which that's the foundation of the kingdom. The men of Israel. Now, so I'm gonna look at this here. So Revelation 21:3, and the Holman Standard, it's just to see the same verse. Right, look at these different translations. It says the ESV, I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, behold, the dwelling place of God is with man, the Israelite man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and the Most High himself will be as their God. So the Lord is dealing with first and foremost his voices onto the sons of men. So he said Psalms chapter actually let's see. Okay, he said his treasure, right? Yeah, the fourth verse. Psalms 135 and verse 2. It says, "Ye stand in the house of the Lord in the courts of our power. Praise the Lord, for the Lord is good. Sing praise unto his name, for it is pleasant. For the Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel his peculiar treasure." Which starts with the Israelite men, first and foremost. Cause that's what. See, so the woman is your plus one to the ball. She's the she's lucky to be there. Understand? And the scripture say the righteous scarcely be saved. Now, when King Solomon made his little inquisition, he said, I've found one man out of 1,000 righteous, but one woman I have not found. So the scripture say the righteous. Also, let me get that too. The righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. Scarcely saved, meaning even the brothers that make it. The scripture say righteousness have filthy rags. So the woman is wicked by nature. So how could she be proud? She is a guest in your ball. Understand? She is a guest. She is to be. She is. That's why it says keep that foot, right? She is to keep her foot when she's amongst us as the Israelite men, because we are the sanctuary of the Most High, and she is lucky to be there. That's why Scripture say she is not to speak. It's forbidden for her to speak in the churches of the saints, unless she has like something to say or whatever question or you know. But for the most part, she's not to be yapping at the mouth like the Christian church. She's over there hooping and hollering over the pastor and stuff. Anyways, let's see. Okay. First Peter 4 and verse 17. For the time must come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High first, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Which most of these women does not obey the gospel of the Most High. So what's going to be their end? But even those that make it, it's not going to be because they're super righteous or like they're just like most of them, because scripture say a virtual woman, who can find such a thing? So it's because they're going, be safe for childbearing, deal with brothers or whatever. Because the Lord said the harlot is going to the kingdom of heaven before the wicked scribes and Pharisees. So imagine, the majority of Keisha, So anyway, it says, and if the righteous, 1 Peter 4:18, if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear? So most of these women are ungodly, right? So how could they be proud and say, Jesus, my husband, I already made it, I'm saved, Anyways, Ecclesiastes, this is the inquiry, the Lord's, when he says Solomon, he said, verse 26, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Yeah, because most of the times from the moment that you encounter the woman, she's like she's she's sizing you up to see what the fuck she can get from you. All right, for the most part, especially when you live in these cities, major cities, these women are some fucking predators. They call the men predators. No, they're predators, bro. They're going to the bars. They're going to they know where the money is at. They're going to these colleges. These hoes do not finish no school. Most of them do not. You think they're there for 5 years so they could get their doctorate or whatever, the bachelor's in science? No, they're getting they're getting their back blown out, and they're figuring out which one of these dudes is gonna take care of me. Because most of these women ain't got no brain in their head anyways. So that's why I just gonna say I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. See, because for the most part, they fall in love with her or whatever, but she doesn't love you like that. All right, unless she's like a righteous woman. The scripture say a godly woman give it to a godly man, so that's a different story. But for the most part, these women gonna be wicked. So her heart is snares and nets. Here it is. You fall in love with the bitch. She's over there sleeping with some other dude. On some. This is what the world is. She's dealing with other men. She already dealt with other men, or she's just because of the way of the world. You know what I mean? So because that's like heartbreak to the men. Because Chris say the woman is the glory of the man. Jealousy is the rage of a man, right? So once you Once a man, his woman is touched or defiled, it's he's liable to put somebody to death. So this is why you see all this chaos going on, because there's no loyalty. These hoes are crazy. The men are just doing whatever. So it's an all out pandemic of STDs and single motherhood, especially in the ghettos. Which you know how that goes. But anyways, so the Lord said, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, her bands, her hands are as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, I have given this account, said the preacher, counting one by one to find the account. And while my soul seeketh, I found not a woman. One man among those thousand have I found, but a woman, all those I have not found. And lo, only have I found, that the Most High man made man upright, but he have sought out many inventions. Okay, so as we understand, as I said here, these women are our guests, man, in the kingdom, because the Lord said he found not one righteous. All right, even though ones that are righteous are not righteous, because they'll have a problem with something like, oh, you dealt with another woman, you love her. This, where was you at last night? Well, I mean, man, it's typical for her to, get a little jealous, but to the point where she's like, she's gonna divorce you or leave you, and I'm gonna take the kids, and at the end of the day, these are just the ways of the world, like the song say, man. All right, now I got some numbers put up here, because the way of this world is failing the woman. All right, this is says from the UN press release, September 7th, 2023. It says, despite global efforts, the UN is failing gender equality. It says progress on the Sustainability Development Gender Snapshot shows a worrisome picture headed to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development of the Genders. This is why they're trying to make some work that doesn't work, like the WNBA. The WNBA doesn't work. You can't make it work. Nobody wants to see sweaty, manly looking women when I could watch Victor Wembanyama, when I could watch Embiid drop 70 on Victor Wembanyama. I'd rather watch the paint dry than I'd rather watch a masculine Uchi Gungi looking woman talking about she could dunk, or the Brittany Griner, what's her name? Brittany Griner, the man looking woman. She got locked up in Russia because she was out of order. Why would anybody want to see that? So this just doesn't work. This feminism stuff, and it just does not work. So it says the gender snapshot of 2023 warns that if current trends continue, more than 340 million women, girls, 8% of the world female population will live in extreme poverty by 2030. Yeah, because they want to be single. They want to just deal by themselves, and come to find out that things are going to get rough, So like I said, they're going to be special guests in the kingdom, man. In the kingdom of, because let's go back to the word kingdom. It's a abode of kings, man. Domicile of the kings. Yeah. Like when you watch the Wakanda movie, they went to the kingdoms, and they had the dude right there, man. They had the dude, damn, what's his name, man? The big dude, M'Baku. Yeah, M'Baku. And M'Baku, and his kingdom was just a bunch of like, guerrilla stuff and shit like that, and they, it was all like in cold, in the winter, his part of the land, his part of the kingdom. But you see, his kingdom was in order, but the kingdom of the women, because they killed the Black Panther, and they didn't bring back. I don't know what happened to the Killmonger character, because he or whatever he died off too, but they didn't have no men left, So they had to go seek out the kingdom of the men to help them fight. The people from I think there was some aquatic It's a correct looking dude. He was coming out to sea. But anyways, so the snapshot looks like 340 million of these young girls, women are going to live in poverty, extreme poverty by 2030. Yeah, because they don't want to get up under. They want to have one man. They don't want to share. Sharing is caring. As the old slogan goes. But actually, what as polygamy actually is more beneficial to the woman than it is for us, because you got to feed a bunch of women. You got to feed a bunch of women. Man, you got to take care. The scriptures say, let's pull this up. Uh, if thou gettest another wife, her raiment and duty of marriage that shall not diminish. Okay, so Exodus 21 and verse 10, it says, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. So, and if he do not these three unto her, she shall go out free without money. Okay, so this is why when you need her to take care of business, she got to take care of business, because you got to take care of her in these ways. You got to make sure she's good, she eat, and she take care of. You don't. It doesn't say I have to buy you a Fendi, Chanel, and Ferragamo all day long. I don't have to go to the. I don't have to go to Louis and spend an arm and a leg, just to appease her ass. All right, in that form of fashion. Now, if that's what you're into, and this is what you spend your money on, that's your business. But anyways, that's not in this world. You gotta shop. You gotta drop a bag on her, whatever. You gotta take care of her rent and all this. And she's over there smashing other dudes and doing all kind of shit. And you're supposed to be her fucking piggy bank, that she could just deposit and use your ass. All these men have been used. Now these men are gonna leave these women because they're tired of the bullshit. So even the UN is telling you, look at the snapshot. It's just like, it's through, man. Hey, shout out to the shout out elder brother. Hey, y'all busting that burger down. Um, but but yeah. So they said the gender gap in power and leadership positions remain entrenched. Well, the world is run by men, but in the micro sense of things, women have a lot of sway in this world because they spend all the fucking money. And these niggas, they do all this shit for women. The scriptures say, First Esdras 4:26, many have ran out their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. So that's the way, that's the way of these of this world is a feminine world, But at the end of the day, the white man at the top, he runs this motherfucker, the Rothschild, Rockefeller, and conglomerate, which they hide behind the names of BlackRock and all these different names, J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, the World Bank, the IMF, so on and so forth. So let me see. It says, so yeah, if a man take another wife, her food, raiment, and duty of marriage should not diminish. So basically, man, but she got to give you all her best years, everything. She got to be yours. That woman has to be your woman. If you're supposed to take care of this woman, if you tell her jump, she's supposed to say hi, and she should have respect, and and she got to take care of business. She'd be a mother, but that's a fulfillment for her, because a woman that does not have these things is a woman that's empty. In the grand scheme of things, she's gonna be miserable, because this is her role. Okay, but you're supposed to provide, like, y'all supposed to be a family. The scripture say y'all scripture say heirs of life together. Now, if you have sister wives, whatever the case may be, that's like as a major family, heirs of, and then it takes all the burden off of You know, because the woman, she get tired whenever she got to do everything by herself. But in the kingdom, it has servants and everything. So, well, First Peter 3:7, yeah. In the kingdom, it has servants and all that. So you ain't got to worry about, you know, doing all that stuff and then getting tired and all that. But see, that's why they're gonna be guests. Why are they gonna have all these commodities? Because of the work that the men have done to build that world for them. The world that they're gonna receive is to receive from through us. As we're the Lord's woman. As a matter of fact, John 14, the 14th chapter. He said, I go prepare a place for you. It said John 14:1, let not your hearts be troubled. Ye that believe in the Most High also believe in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. Yeah, so the Lord going to prepare a place for his woman. All right. And basically the kingdom that these women going to enjoy, where they up there just getting pampered all day long, and just waiting for you all day. when they receive all these goodies, not have to work, do nothing, all that is just going to be based upon the price that you prepare for them. Because they have not really done much. Are you seeing these women out there doing the work and doing all this crazy, miraculous things? No, they're just, they're doing what the Lord is supposed to told them to do, which is to remain in subjection. That the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Let's get that too. Yeah, so things are not looking good for the modern day woman. Titus 2:5, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. See, so she's disobedient. She's a demon. The scripture say, I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon to keep house with a wicked woman. So the Lord went to prepare a place, John 14:2. If I go prepare a place for you, I will come again. That's the second coming. Every eye shall see him. Revelation 1:7. They're going to see him. They crack the clouds. The Lord said, I come again from my place. All right. It says, I will come again and receive ye unto myself, that where I am, ye may also be. And whither I go, that you, where the disciples want to know where he was going, right? But, they didn't understand until later on. Now we understand. The scripture say, 1 John 2:20, you have an unction from the Holy One, you know all things. All right. So they're supposed to be chaste keepers at home. All right. The Lord prepared this place for us. That's why the Lord said, wait for me. I'm gone away. You know what I'm saying? And don't commit adultery while I'm gone away. Yeah, that's basically what the Lord told you. First Peter 3:1, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they may also with the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Yeah. Because sometimes these women have husbands that don't believe and they win them over and stuff like that. So sometimes the woman believes, and the scriptures speak about the sanctification of the unbelieving husband through the believing wife in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. But it says, verse 2, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning let it not be of the outward adorning of the plaiting of the hair, or with the wearing of gold, or putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which because scripture said, he that is a Jew is a Jew inwardly and not outwardly. That's why you don't need to. This is why I did the video on this dude CP Power to look like he looked like CP Power from the Wi-Fi. he said, do you wear your fringes, brother? And the brother came up. He basically said he was he watched GMS and all that. So yeah, he was basically questioning him on why he don't wear his fringes, stuff like that. Wow, he couldn't get the mark of the beast. He cut the devil. He came up there, the small header, the tunnel boy. He cut the tunnel boy, which is very easy to do, by the way, because they don't know much about anything. Uh, they're much like they're much like the modern day woman. They're just empowered because you know it is what it is. But that's what scripture say in Isaiah 3:12. Cheer on their oppressors, and women rule over them. So let it be the hidden man of the heart, which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek, quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of a great price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorn themselves like manner, being a subjection unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, how many of these women of today is going to be like, oh, Lord, Lord? They're going to be, could they call you nigga before they call you the Lord? It says, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and are not afraid without amazement. All right. See, so, okay. Oh, yeah, the 7th verse. That's the one I wanted. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. All right. Giving honor to the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. See, so you're heirs together of the prayers of grace of life. So, you gotta take care of your woman and your kids and shit. That's why you get her young and tender. Yeah. Y'all get the best years out of each other, and so I usually women gonna want a man that's more older and experienced. He that had travailed much has much experience. And ultimately, she's looking for another daddy. That's what she's looking for, because most of them, they never had a daddy in their life, anyways, to teach them. That's why they end up where they end up. All right. Yeah. Show them some. They are lost. We're lost. They're lost people. But the Lord said He came for that which is lost. So if a man take another wife, her food, raiment, and her duty of marriage should not diminish. Ultimately, the one that benefits the most is the woman, out of this equation, because she's getting a man that's a top caliber man. So as the Lord said here, as Solomon has said, he said, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 28, yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 I have found, but a woman among all those I have not found. I did not find none of these women to be upright, so they should be happy to be in our kingdom. But the Lord said He found one man that was upright. Mark the perfect man. Psalms 37:37. Mark the perfect man, for the end of that man is peace. Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only I have found, that the Most High had made man upright, but He have sought out many inventions, which the inventions come from the serpent and the woman. Okay, the inventions come from her. It says, through her we all die. Sin entered. Sirach 24 and 25 and verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So the inventions that man sought out come through her ass. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Look at this right here. Give the water no passage, and neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. The woman by nature has wicked tendencies. She's a wicked. She is wicked. Okay, so you need to have her in straightly. Keep that daughter in straightly. Matter of fact, get that too. Sirach 42 and 9 says, this is the GNT version. I said, although he would not let his daughter know it, the father will lie awake at night worrying about her. If she is young, he worries that she might not get married, or she's horned. If she's already married, he worries about her happiness. If she's a virgin, he worries that she might be seduced and become pregnant while living in his house, which that was dishonorable. That's why Joseph tried to put away Mary, because that was the best way to go about things. But she was found with child because he was dealing with her. It wasn't no angel. The angel didn't come and deal with Mary. The Lord said he come from the seed of man. Matthew, the first chapter, it give you the genealogy. It say Genesis from Abraham all the way to Yahushua, 42 generations, 14 generations, three times. They go down the list. So the seed of man is mentioned. Okay, they talk about Jesse, Boaz, all these men, David, the son of David. All right, all the line, man. So the angel's not mentioned up in there. So if she is a virgin, he worries that she might be seduced, become pregnant while she's in his house. If she is married, he worries that she might be unfaithful or that she might not be able to have children. Keep a close watch over your daughter. If she is determined to have her own way, if you don't, she may make you a fool in front of your enemies. You will be a constant joke to everyone in town, a public disgrace. Make sure that her room has no windows or any place she could look out to the entrance of a house. I was watching this Nigerian movie. Damn, what's the name of it? I forget, man. It was on the flicks, and but they had the dude got her pregnant. The little dude got her pregnant, and he he was about to sneak her out because her dad was about to ship her out, having an abortion, whatever. She wanted to leave, a little puppy love, whatever they had. Um, and and he broke the AC out so she could jump out the window, blah blah. Because he had her locked up in the room with no windows and no entrances and nothing like that. And he had her locked up like a guard at the door and shit. But she still got pregnant, because she was in that age. I guess she was like 14 or something. He was like 15 or something. But but yeah, there was in Nigeria somewhere, and they got on some boat to go to Brazil, and they both end up dead. Oh no, he ended up surviving and getting a bunch of money, but she died, and his dad came back looking for him. Her dad came back looking for the boy to kill him because he dishonored his daughter, basically defiled her and made him a public disgrace. And then she ended up dying, so he was just even more angry. Like, you killed my daughter. You didn't even give me no. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it's your fault that my daughter's dead, right? So that's why I say keep a sure watch over an impudent daughter, you know, over a loose woman. Because most of this is why men want to have boy children, because first of all, it's your heir. That's probably you coming back and through him. You know what I mean? So it's a legacy, and and you ain't got to worry about, they're gonna get pregnant, all this different stuff, because this is just the difference between a man and a woman. But this world make you say, oh, this equal, oh, this is. Hey, we'll go back to the numbers after I read this, because the numbers say that the way the world is failing these women. This way of life is failing them. Don't let her show off her beauty in front of men or spend her time talking with the women. Women hurt other women just as moth damages cloth. Damn. Women hurt other women. A man's wickedness is better than a woman's goodness. Women bring shame and disgrace. Damn. Yep. That's the GNT in the regular version. It says, behold, not everybody's beauty sit not in the midst of women. From garments come a moth, and from women wickedness. Better is the cruelness of a man than a courteous woman. And a woman, I say, would bring shame and reproach. All right, because she's gonna do some whole shit. She's gonna just, she's gonna cause shame in her father's house, or whatever. She's gonna bring about some type of disaster to pass. All right, on the earth. That's why you got to keep her in straightly. All right, so yeah, basically they're saying that these women going into poverty, man. Dealing with this way of life. Because they ain't got no men in their life. They need to. It says we must collectively and intentionally act now to course correct for a world where every woman, girl, it says has equal rights, opportunity, representation. But if they don't have men, or they're not able to have children and stuff like that, how are they being equal, or having rights? Because that's their purpose, you know. So they're saying by 2030, like a vast majority of them going to be in poverty, you know, which they already are because of their mindset, you know, because they want to destroy themselves. Uh, so it says, why being untraditional is so stressful, modern femininity. Uh, it says the weight and excitement put towards these traditional paths for women are often much more significant than their accomplishments in other areas. Um, Yet women are having much more trouble of finding their partners and reproducing in healthy relationships because it says women have their minds and they have their goals and they have no souls. Damn, they have gotten an ambition, but they have lost their true talent of motherhood and femininity and beauty. Yeah. Um. So it says, yeah, the society has done a good job of communicating poison uh, to the women in guidelines of strict, destructive, gender binary messages. It says, jump down here, giving little importance to childbearing in early years in order to push career driven boss babes. Okay, yeah. So basically, yeah, this is the aftermath or the results, I should say, of years of propaganda through people like Margaret Singer. Let's put his witch up, Margaret Singer. I think it's Singer. She was one of these. She was one of these devils with the birth control. You know, she was one of these activists. Oh, Margaret. Yeah, Margaret Singer's one, and there's another one too. Cause she the one. She. This one's the one responsible for them being able to have all kind of abortions and shit. And she's like the one of the main responsible chief ones. No, it's not her. Uh, Margaret Steiner. Yeah, is that her name? It's like it. I forget fucking name, but uh, either way, it's not important. So yeah, this is the truth. The truth of the matter is that she is the guest because we are the peculiar treasure of the Lord. Let's get the word treasure. Um, we are the Lord's peculiar treasure. So it says treasury. Um, as she is the treasure of the man. Like Bruno Mars said in the song. Um, she is your treasure, and your treasure has been given to other men now. This is why they must be purified. It says Isaiah the fourth chapter, when I have removed the the wickedness. And the fourth verse, it says, when the Lord had washed away all the filth of the daughter of Zion, which have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of burning and by spirit of judgment. You see, so um, when the treasure is made clean once again, and everything's back in this place, then we'll have they'll be our guests in the kingdom, our special guests. Yeah, because they're gonna have, you know, a special role in our kingdom. Everyone has a role. The other nations, their role is to serve, and our women are companions, man. You know, arm candy. Yeah, is it the beauty of the daughters of Zion shall return? Right? What the Lord gonna say? Like, we have not seen fine looking women yet. You know, we have not seen these fine looking women as their true nature is. You know, they didn't have such a thing as no surgery back in the ancient world. Um, but they said that Judith was stopping the men of war, man, in their tracks. You know, why do they have such marvelous people amongst them? Um, such wonderful looking women. That what they said. Judith the 11th chapter. It says, verse 21, there's not such a woman from one end of the earth to the other, both for beauty and face and wisdom of words. Likewise, Holofernes said unto her, the Most High have done well to thee before thy people, that the strength might be in our hands and destruction upon them. Lightly regard my Lord. Now thou art both beautiful in thy countenance and witty by thy words. Surely if thou do as thou hast spoken, thy power shall be my power, and thou shalt dwell in the house of Nebuchadnezzar, and shall be renowned throughout the whole earth. Um, but yeah, they will say, man, what kind of how do these people have such women amongst them? You know, they'll speak like he spoke there. This is why he ended up getting his head chopped off, because he was taken by her beauty, just like the men today. You know. Oh, it's the 10th chapter. This is the one I was looking for. It says, verse 19, it says, and they wondered at her beauty and admired the children of Israel because of her. Everyone to his neighbor, they said, who could despise such people, that amongst themselves have such women? Surely it is not good that one man of them be left, who being left might go to deceive the whole earth. Yeah, that's why they when they see, even my woman, when we was in the store, she was like, we got out the store, it was this white couple was following us and shit. She was like, they don't like when they see you Negro or Latino men out there. You know, they don't like y'all, you know. And they really don't, you know. You go up in these white little areas in the stores and shit, and even though you might say, oh, you look like them, or they don't, they know who's who. The only ones that don't know who's who is you Negroes, you Latins. You're the only ones that have no clue what's going on. Besides children, you know, wise to do good, wise to do evil, but to do good, have none understanding. So they said, who could despise such a people like this? You know. Now that's the Lord's treasure is the Israelite men. All right. And Psalms 139 verse 4 again, the Lord had chose Jacob unto himself, the man Jacob himself and his children, and Israel for his peculiar treasure, right? Israel and Jacob, the both kingdoms, man. The tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and which is the southern kingdom, and also the northern kingdom of Israel. Israel, his peculiar treasure. That's why he said, he that toucheth you touch the apple of my eye, man. You know. Okay, so it says first Zephaniah, the first chapter, the 12th verse. It come to pass that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads, that have said in their hearts, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore, their good shall become a booty. That's treasure. Let's look at that word. Their worship, okay, and their goods. The main good commodity that's taken in war is that booty. Them women. Them women are taken by the truckload. Okay, and they're used for less than civilist purposes. Okay, so hey, the law says, if thou seest a beautiful woman amongst the captives, thou shalt pare her nails. If thou hast desire unto her, it shall give her 30 days, and she shall pare her nails and shave her head, and thou shalt go in unto her. Deuteronomy 21 and verse 12. When thou seest, actually, so that's the booty, spoil war, and these women are going to be saved through us, like Future has said. You know, well, yes, we're gonna save these women. You know, they're gonna be saved through childbearing, right? Um, Deuteronomy 21 and verse when I go 10, and when thou goest to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy power have delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and thou seest amongst the captives a beautiful woman, you know, Persian woman, Edomite woman, Moabite woman, you know, whatever woman. It says has a desire unto her, you know, Ishmaelite woman, that wouldst have to her wife, to take her to wife, meaning a woman, you know, a concubine. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment off her from her captivity, and she shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. After this thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. You're gonna be her woman. I mean, she's gonna be your woman, I should say. And and you're gonna deal with her. And if thou have no delight in her, thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money, for thou hast made merchandise of her because thou hast humbled her. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and if they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be he, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn, because he shall acknowledge the son of the hated of the firstborn for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. But he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his, I should say. Oh, so that's why the Lord said, my son, this is my son, only begotten, right? And him shall ye hear, right? Hear ye him, I should say. Because that's the firstborn, the beginning of the strength. The scriptures say, hand that opened the matrix belongeth unto the Lord. Yeah, Exodus chapter 13 and verse 12 says, thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix. All right. And every first settling thou comest out of a beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's. Yeah. So if you look at that word matrix, the beginning, let's see. Yeah, the 12 verse, Exodus 13:12. Um, yeah, the metric is the womb. The first one that opened the womb. The first one that opened the womb. The firstborn is the head. The beginning of the strength. You know, it says, "Thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix." because that's the purest. All right. Every firstling that cometh out of a beast which thou hast, the males shall be the Lord's. Every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of a man among thy children shalt thou redeem. That's why the firstborn back in the time of Egypt, they wanted the firstborn, you know, because that's the purest. Okay, so Zephaniah 1:13, therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their house a desolation. And thou shalt build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, and not drink the wine thereof. Right. So in that time, the land, these people are gonna be invaded. The great day of the Lord is near, and is near and hasted greatly. Right. So these women gonna become a booty, and they're gonna seek the kingdom of heaven, which the Lord told his disciples, the kingdom of heaven is within you. So the disciples are going to take this spoil of war, which are the women of all the nations, right? If thou hast desire unto the woman, the captive, a beautiful woman, thou wouldest take her to wife. This is the law, Deuteronomy 21. Starting at the 10th verse. So we're about to enter a time of war. So when these women come to the kingdom, they're gonna come as special guests. All right, especially the heathen women, they're special guests. I should say the Israelite woman is more so of a what I should say. She's a resident. She's not a citizen of the kingdom. She's a resident. You know how in the passport you got the in the immigration you got the different. If you're not you got a citizenship, then you got different. You got different statuses and shit. But at least she got right to the kingdom. The elect lady. At the end of the day, we ain't saying they ain't gonna be there, but they're guests. You know what I mean? All right. Anyways, Titus 2 and verse 13 says, "For the blessed hope of the coming glorious appearing of the great power in our Savior Hamashiach Yahushua, who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works." All right. These things speak and exhort, rebuke with all authority, to let no man despise thee. Right. So the Lord has sanctified, purified himself a pure people unto himself, peculiar people. All right. Of zealous works, the Lord, his peculiar treasure, which is ultimately dealing with the Israelite man as I said, Isaiah 13:12. I'll make a man more precious than fine gold, than the golden wedge of Ophir. That's the that's who the Lord is referring to. So when the woman joins us in our kingdom, it's going to be in the form of a servant, because that's how she was always intended to be. She was not intended to have her foot on your neck. Basically telling you what to do and all this crazy shit. And making your life a living hell. The scripture say a pillar of rest, man. Sirach chapter 36 and verse let's see 21. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. The beauty of a woman cheers the countenance, and a man loving none better. If there be kindness, meekness, comfort in her tongue, there is not her husband like other men. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Where no hedge is, there is the possession spoiled. Where there is no husband, where there is no man, there that possession, the woman is spoiled, destroyed, taken by the enemy, killed, dies off easy. All right. So you get a possession, a help like unto yourself, a pillar of rest, and she gets a hedge, which is protection. That's why I said take away our reproach. All right. It said, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up mourning up and down. Yeah, cause a man wants a nice rear end to grab on at night. You know what I mean? This is if you ain't got no woman, and you might brothers are stoics, but at the end of the day, a man is going to desire to have a woman, man. Especially a fine looking tenderoni. A fine, good looking. You know what I'm saying? Woman. You know that could do many things. You know that could cook, clean, do all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Be understanding and do, just do what a woman's supposed to do. You know, not be a demon. That's a skill. Not be a demon. A woman not being a demon. That's a skill. And her shut the fuck up. You know, it says, "My children, keep discipline and peace." Sirach 41:14. Keep discipline and peace, for wisdom that is hid and a treasure that is not seen. What profit is in them both? Keep discipline and peace. See, a lot of these women got no discipline. They're just out there just fucking any bold body, doing anything. That's why it says, where there is no hedge, um, the possession is spoiled, right? Sirach 36:25, right? So it says 26, who will trust a thief is well appointed that skippeth from city to city. So who will believe a man that hath no house and lodgeth wheresoever the night taketh him? So yeah, man. So you beget the possession, man, and that woman's supposed to, she's gonna be a possession of yours in the kingdom, which she's gonna get treated much better than this place, That show you the compassion, all right? Because a lot of you women just deserve not to make it into no kingdom, because they're fucking demonic, But at the end of the day, all Israel shall be saved in the Lord, man. A lot of you just deserve to be just. You deserve what you're gonna get, man. A lot of you ain't shit. You just ain't right. You just ain't right. But marvel not, marvel not. Um, yeah. So where no hedge is, the possession spoil, and that's the way of this world, man. So Revelation 21 and verse 3, it says in a different translation, God's words translation. I heard a loud voice from the throne say, "God lives with men. The Most High will make His home with them, and they will be His people, and the Most High will be their power." Hebrews name version. The Most High said it out of heaven. Behold, God's tent is with men, and He will dwell with them, and they will be His people, and the Most High Himself will be as their power. The second verse say, "Oh, I beheld New Jerusalem coming down from heaven." The men, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. Jubilee Bible 2000. He will dwell with them; they shall be His people, and the Most High Himself shall be with them and be their power. Um. So yeah, man. The kingdom is going to be the kingdom of the Israelite man. Ain't gonna be no 50-50, as they say over there. With the with Esau, with nobody else, it's gonna be the Most High Abashimashai gonna give his kingdom to His servants, the prophets first and foremost, and then to the rest of Israel. Every man his lot. The scripture say every man and his lot, does it not? Um, Numbers 33. We should go into. It says, Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 18. Behold, that which I have seen is good and comely for a man to eat and drink, to enjoy the good of all his labor that he had taken under the sun all the days of his life, which the Most High have given to him, for it is his portion. Every man also to whom the Most High have given riches and wealth, and have given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor, this is his lot of the Most High. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because the Most High answereth him in the joy of his heart. Yeah, so everyone has their lot, man. Everybody has their portion. Everybody has their appointed time. Numbers 33 and verse. That's why I say what time and chance happen to every man. Ecclesiastes chapter 9. And verse 10, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might, for there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to every man. So time and chance happens to every man. You know, it's a time and place for everything. Sometimes you up, sometimes you down. The Apostle Paul said, I knew how to abound and how to abase, man. You know, I understood how to abound and how to abase. See, the scripture says, Sirach, the second chapter, my son, when thou brought to a low state, prepare thy soul for temptation, you know, and constantly endure, take it cheerfully, right? When I brought to a low state. Philippians 4 and 11 says, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to be bound and suffer need. I could do all things through Hamashiach Yahushua, which strengthen me, notwithstanding you have done well that you did communicate your affliction with me. So I'm instructed to be full and be hungry, abound in the base, and to suffer need, because that's the way of the Lord. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But at the end of the day, the Lord said he would not suffer thy foot to be dashed against the stones. So the kingdom is prepared for us, John 14 chapter, right? I go prepare a place for you, the second verse. My Father's house, many mansions. So Lord preparing that place. It says Numbers 33 and verse 51, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them that when ye are passed over Jordan to the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy the pictures and destroy all their molten images, and quit down, pluck their high places down sluggish. And ye shall dispose the inhabitants of the land that dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. And ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance amongst your families, and to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the few you shall give less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit it. All right. So, yeah, man, every man's lot is going to be what the Lord is going to give you. But at the end of the day, he created you to ultimately, the Lord said what? He made you to be in the likeness of his. He made man in the image of his eternity or something like that. In the image of his or his glory, right? So the Lord made you to be a godlike entity, man. Let us make man in our image. First Genesis 1:26. Let's make man in our image after our own likeness. Man was formed after God's image. The Most High's image. Not that's why the devil he committed the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit when he put himself as the Lord. It said First Corinthians 11 and verse 6. For if the woman be not covered, let her be shorn. If it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head while he's teaching, or while he's conducting business or whatever, especially teaching teaching the word and all that, right? A man indeed not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image of the glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. So a man, you're not to have long hair, all right? That's feminine, all right. And then also, um, you are the image of the Most High, the glory of the power. That's why when you walk around looking like a nigga, the nations mock you, and they say, What is this fellow? Who is this vagabond? Who is this? Who is this nigga? Isn't this supposed to be an Israelite? Isn't this supposed to be, one of God's people? Look at him; he look crazy, but that's because of the curses. Or Hebrew. Oh, okay. Let me go over there too. Hebrews 1:1, it says, the Most High who had the Most High Yahweh Shai, who at sundry times in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoke unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he also made the world. All right, the Elohim, the powers, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person. See, his Son Yahweh Shai is the express image of his person. So as Father is, so is the Son, right? And the scriptures speak about us being changed like the Son, right? So that kingdom is going to be our kingdom, which everyone's going to be at our mercy at the end of the day. But we are going to be a merciful power as our power is merciful. He said, Hebrews 4:3, it says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and the upholding of all things by the word of his power, when he had himself purified or purged our sins, I should say, sat down on the right hand of the Majesty on high, being so much better than the angels, as he had by an inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. There you go, that inheritance again. I spoke about Numbers 54. Numbers 54. Okay, so 1 John 3 and verse 1, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh Shai, and it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, when the Son shall appear, right, we shall be like him, for he shall we shall see him as he is, and every man that hath this hope in him purify himself even as he is pure. Right, so that's why it says Malachi, the 4th chapter, he shall come with healing in his wings. Malachi 4 and verse 1, behold, the day come and said the Lord, that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, all that do wickedly, all the proud, which start with the woman, they're the most proud. All that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up. And said the Lord of hosts, that it shall not leave them neither root nor branch, especially the America is not going to be left root nor branch. Isaiah 14, that they fill not the earth with cities. Right. So it's the 21st verse, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, so they all have to pay. Oh, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you do. That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, remnant, son, nephew, said the Lord. I will also make a possession for the bittern, pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction. Thus saith the Lord. The Lord has sworn and said, surely I have thought, and it shall come to pass, and I have purposed, so shall it stand. All right, so Malachi 4 and 1. Behold, the days shall come, said the Lord, that shall burn as an oven, and all that are proud, yet all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the days shall come that burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that shall leave them neither root nor branch, but unto you that fear my name. Shall the son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings. He shall go forth, and he shall grow up as calves of the stall. He shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet, literally, in the day that I shall do, say the Lord. Revelation the 15th chapter, you're going to look down at the destruction of this place. So remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Mount Horeb for all of Israel with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming great and dreadful day of the Lord, which that happened, when elder high priest Abba Bivens came on the scene and fulfilled this. Said, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So that's all of us basically that came into the truth. But yeah, man. Let's get the word for guest too. I didn't read that. These women are guests in our kingdom, and most of them should be happy to be there, not with a proud fucking attitude. The scriptures say, humble thyself in the sight of the Most High. He shall lift thee up. He shall exalt thee in due time. Okay? A lot of these women are they're more beautiful than they ever could have imagined, but they're just demonic as hell, and they need a lot of help, But, it says guest. It says an accidental guest. Look at that. The first word, it literally says an accidental guest. You're going to go into the kingdom on accident. You didn't, you're going to go in there and you didn't really do much to get there. It says a chance comer, a stranger. Okay, a stranger guest host. A lot of these women, you don't even know who they are, but they've been studying you, bro. And they know you, they know what you like and all this shit. You don't even know what the fuck they look like. If you ran into them, they you wouldn't know them, but they know you. That's why sometimes I'd be like, why is this motherfucker staring at me? Do they be watching this? They like you don't know sometimes, man. But anyways, it says someone with whom one has reciprocal duties of hospitality, a guest. All right, a person entertained for pay. Yeah, man. but that's funny though. The definition says an accidental guest, a chance comer. Yeah, something that happens by chance. Time and chance happen to every man. It just so happens that these women that get delivered through you, they're gonna get a pretty sweet deal. All things considered, they already then gave themselves over to the world. What's the hardest thing to do to give themselves over to someone like you? The Lord is gonna make it more precious than fine gold, man. A chance, something that takes place, an occurrence, a chance occurrence, opportunity. Women are opportunists, and they're gonna take that opportunity when they see one of you brothers out there. They're gonna say that's an opportunity right there. Is it? But that's just the way of the world. It says randomness, right? Fortuity, man. Absence of any cause why an event should happen to take place that way. Variability. The variables could have gone in somebody else's favor, but they went in your favor for some reason. The Lord said, I have had mercy on who I have mercy, right? I'll have compassion on whom I have compassion. Okay, so, yeah, without any further ado, I'll just leave it there. But, that's why scriptures say that the woman said, verse 6, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and are not afraid with amazement, man. Okay. So anyways, hey, with that, call him like how about Shem Shai Bashem Rakakudash, the belongs to the apostle of the great millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.